All right, everyone. Stephanie Koby here, doing the burning question and Koby farm history. And today for our burning question, it has to do with this bench here at the school. And we'll get to that towards the end of our discussion. And we're going to go ahead and Lily, for our spooky or scary part of our talk today, will be Lily driving. Yay! So let's go on. Lily's going to drive, and as she drives, we're going to discuss some stuff that along the way. So we're going to talk. The history is going to be the next family, which is Mike and I, when we bought the house. And we bought the house December 2008, moved in January 2009, and it was one of the snowiest years, and I remember the snow being up to our hips. When we brought stuff up, we had to dig paths to the garage, literally up to our hips. I'm not exaggerating. Couldn't get the cars in. I was constantly snow blowing with a old, like 1970s snow blower. And I would just like undercut the snow because it was, up to my waist, and it was a lot of work when we moved in. And oftentimes I would say, "Why did we move here?" But then the summers make up for it. It's very pleasant here in the summertime. I remember my first experience with lake effect snow. Not a lot of people know what that is, but it's just a wall of snow. I was standing out in this road here. We're driving down Chippy, and I was standing out because I had to turn the snowblower around, and I just saw a wall of snow rolling down this, from the sky to the ground, rolling down this road at me, and I literally started crying because I'd never seen lake effect snow. It's kind of intimidating. And one time I fell off a path out in the back, and when I was building some fences, and thought to myself, this is how people die in blizzards, because I could barely get back up onto the path I had a shovel in my hand or something, and it was just crazy. So so that when we moved in, to carry on with the history, we moved in 2019. We had friends over helping us move in, the Fun Eyes, that day, and we drive past the front of the house and we'll turn around. Okay. This is our house right here. See it, the front. Woo! And so we had friends that were helping us move in, and such a good job, Lil. Thanks. And the pipes broke. So here we are, trying to move in. The snow's, banked up to the side of the house, over here, and people were like jumping off the roof into the snowbank. They were talking about driving a four-wheeler up it. I'm like, no, we're in. The pipes are breaking in the kitchen. Water's rolling down like a waterfall. And it was, spooky and cold. We're all sleeping in one room. And I was even too afraid to get up to use the restroom because that's how spooky the house was when we first moved in. But once I touched the house here's more of our house, so you can see. Once we're driving down the road, once I actually touched every inch of the house with our fingers, and then it became ours. So we'll move on from there. So now we're going to go into some of why, before we get to the bench, we're going to talk about these trees here. I had promised, go ahead and drive out when you can. I had promised that we were going to talk a little bit about the front yard and why the trees are important. There's a part in our lawn over here, this gully at the end of these trees. And Lily's, Lily, we're going to drive down the road so you can see where we live. We have beautiful farmland and sunsets and a pond and other farms. These farm boys, I won't say their names, they used to make bets about who was going to sleep in our house when our house was unoccupied for that 2 years. It's shoes sitting in our window for some reason, and people were wondering why there's shoes in the window. All kinds of creepy stuff. Abandoned. But so the trees are important right there, because that gully area, Lily's math teacher, Tani Dykey, got in an accident there, went on her way to high school one morning. I'm not sure of the exact date, but she said that her driver's side door was trapped up against a tree. So that corner of our yard has history. So as we're enjoying the cornfields and I think those are turkeys. Those are Canadian. The cornfields and everything that we have going on here. This is where I live. Way out in the middle of nowhere where we live. So Miss Dyke got in an accident there. And for the burning question, why is that bench there, that granite type bench? It's important because a young man named Billy Mack in 1993 also, sadly, got in a car crash right in that same vicinity of our yard right there, the corner of those trees, and he actually passed away. So that is another demise in our yard. So far we've got children and rocks and a bad traffic area where people keep trying to get in car accidents there, and one actually perished. And the numbers just add up and add up. So that is our story for, oh, there's some more. I got some information from somebody from our last video about the past occupants actually having issues with cabinets in our house also, and funky stuff. So that is just going on. It's not just me or us. It's other people too have experienced things. So, and also the Bruces, I was very excited to hear their daughter from downstate, they lived in Ferndale, their daughter Cynthia Chaney is a radio personality and a TV anchor that I used to watch when I lived downstate, and then I moved up into her parents' house. Super crazy. Anywho, so again, we're just doing these videos for entertainment value, hopefully to connect with friends and family. Hopefully they'll start getting on and sharing their stories and adventures with us, and we'll go from there. It was nice talking to everybody again, and we'll see you later. Bye.